Hey everybody, this is John with Heart and Soul Fitness, and I'm pleased to be partnered with Trilogy to come up with some fun and creative exercises that its residents can use while they're home during this time. Now, I understand that not everyone has access to gym equipment, so let me show you some things that you can use in your home to be able to get some of these exercises done. Now, people are at different levels. We have beginners, we have intermediate, and we have those who are advanced. So what I want to do is I want to come up with some exercises that you can do at each of those levels, but also have some fun exercises that you can do to help stay in shape while you're at home. So I'm going to start out, we're going to do the chest. We're going to use this door. We're going to do some push-ups. As I'm doing this, I'm going to allow my body to drop through and bring resistance to the chest. So again, as everyone at different levels, I'm going to show you how it is for a beginner. If you can't do it here and you feel a little bit uncomfortable, you can come to a wall and you can do the exact same thing to get a nice push-up in. So let me show you how this works. I bring my hands at shoulder height. My feet are shoulder width apart. As I come through, I drop through the door. As I'm dropping through, I'm bringing resistance to the chest muscle and my triceps are kicking in to catch me as I drop forward. Again, drop through the door, tries to catch me, I'm pushing back through the chest. Now if I want to take this up a notch, I step my feet back a little bit. This is going to allow more of my body weight to drop through the door. So as I come into it, I drop through. You see more of me are coming through the door. Push up one more time. Drop through the door, push right back using the chest muscles. So again, great one for beginners. Now for the tricep muscle, I found this container here, which is a juice container. It's 89 fluid ounces. And with filled with water, it comes to be about 5 pounds. What I love about this is that it has a handle on it and allows me to have absolute control of this item as I'm doing the exercise. So what I do is I bring my feet here into a V position, my legs, and I bend over slightly. As I do this, I think about the arms. I don't want them moving around. I'm not working my shoulders here, so I take and I isolate my arms to my side as if they're glued down. So from the shoulder to the elbow, it's not moving. Only thing that's hinging here is now through the elbow, and I kick back, hitting the tricep muscle, okay? Allowing this here to work out, okay? And I take and I do about 15 to 25 reps on each side just to get a nice burn through since the resistance is a little bit lower. You can bring the reps up too if you want. If you don't happen to have a container like that, you can also use can items. So again, the same concept, come in, kick it, okay, push back. If you can grab 2 of these cans, even better. Kick back, hitting the tricep muscle. Again, this is a great one here for these muscles. 15 to 25 reps. If you can bring in more, then do. Always be making sure that you're being cautious and being careful as you're doing the exercise to not overexert your body, especially if you haven't been exercising in a while. The last thing we're going to do here for this series is going to be ab work. So I'm bringing my hands to the exact same spot, my feet. This time I'm going to take and I'm going to lift this knee up. This leg here is just hovering over the floor. I'm bringing my knee towards my chest as I crunch in, okay? I do a crunch. And again, I'm doing 15 to 25 reps and I'm doing that on each side. Okay? Allowing those muscles to work the whole time that I'm doing this. So again, this has been some great exercise that you can use as beginners. And again, I'm now going to move forward and I'm going to do exercises for those who are in the next level of intermediate. So thanks again for following me and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one. Hey everybody, this is John again with Heart and Soul Fitness, and I'm coming now to do the exercise for the next level for those who are in the intermediate group. Now again, we want to be able to do the push-ups, the core, and also the triceps. So as we're doing this now, I'm here in my living room, I'm going to be using this chair here as one of the props to do my core work. But now as I'm doing here, I'm going to come in, I'm going to do a regular style push-up, and I'll also do it as a modified. When I come in, I take and I put my hands about shoulder, a little bit wider than shoulder width. My feet are shoulder width apart, okay? I keep my body elongated in a plank style format, keeping my spine straight. As I drop through, it allows me to push up. Again, as I'm dropping down, my triceps are kicking in to help control my body weight as it drops down, and I'm pushing right back through the chest. Now, if I start to fatigue as I'm doing this, I just take and I bring my knees together. Again, keep my body in a plank format, keep my spine straight, dropping down, pushing up. Sometimes people they're like this, and so you just kind of want to be careful that you don't do that with your body. Keep your spine straight, push up, and again, it's a nice one here as a push up, be it regular or modified. Now, when it comes to abs, sometimes people have a tendency of when they're doing abs, you know, they try to crunch and they're raising their feet up. So again, to keep that from being the case, I bring my feet here, place them under the chair, and now my feet are now isolated so I can't move them. So now as I come through, I bring my hand across my chest, and as I'm doing this, I think about keeping my lower back on the floor, and just take it and I crunch up. Again, it allows my abdominal wall to contract as I'm doing the ab crunch. Crunch up, And there we go. Now, I'm not a big fan of putting my hands behind my head, and that's just my preference. And the reason why I don't like doing that, because we have a tendency sometimes of crunching like this here, and we're using too much of the head motion to do the exercise, and that's not part of the ab crunch at all. So that's why I like to keep my hands away from around my head, and I just put them on my chest. Again, it's a preference for me, and allows me to have way more control over what my abs have to do, and versus me worrying about what my neck is doing. So again, I bring it here. And if you're concerned about your neck also, drop your chin towards your chest as you crunch up. And again, it allows you to just concentrate on doing the abdominal work, okay? Again, this is a great one here for doing for the core. Now when it comes to tricep, I'm gonna use this container again. Now again, it's only about 5 pounds, but again, it can be a lot more resistance to it as you do more reps. So as I grab this here, I'm gonna take it, bring it in. As I'm here, I'm coming to this position here. And now, I'm here, I'm now pressing up and working my triceps, okay? What I want to think about doing as I'm doing this exercise, I'm trying to keep my elbows in and not allowing them to flare out. So keep them in, pressing up. And again, it gives me a nice resistance here for the tricep. And again, it doesn't have to be a heavy weight, but once you're doing more reps, it's gonna help to burn those out and again, to burn off that body fat. So again, about 5 pounds. Again, I love it because it has a handle on it and allows you to do these exercises with control. So thanks again for following me here and doing these exercises. So the next group I'm gonna work with is for those at the higher level, more advanced. And again, I'm gonna use items from our home. So thanks again for following me, and I'll see you soon. Hey everybody, this is John again with Heart and Soul Fitness. And we're in the last part of this series here for exercise for the chest, the tri, and the core. But this one here is for those who are more advanced. And this time I'm using chairs to do my push-ups on, my triceps, and also my core. So I'm happen to be having these on carpet because it's gonna help the chairs to not slide around. So if you happen to only have hardwood flooring or tiling in your home, place something under the chairs to keep them from sliding around so that the legs don't move on you. You wanna make sure that you're using caution and being safe when you're doing these exercises. So in this particular case here, I'm taking these 2 chairs and I'm placing them against the wall. That way they don't slide back on me and they're not gonna slide out. So I'm doing them as if I was doing a push-up on the floor. I'm taking and putting my body into the same position. So as I do this here, I'm just gonna separate the chairs just a little bit. As I do this here, again, same stance, hands, I'll place a little bit outside of shoulder width apart. My feet are shoulder width apart. All right, as I come into it, I drop through the chairs, and it's almost the same concept that I had when I was working through the door for beginners. My body weight is dropping through the chairs here, and this is bringing way more resistance to the chest because my body weight now is being used to do this exercise even more so. All right, so I drop through. If I start to fatigue, I can come and I can drop down to my knees and get the same thing. So remember, always keep your body elongated as you're dropping through. Again, this is a great exercise that you can use to help bring some intensity to the chest for the push-up if you're at home and you don't have any equipment. So now our next thing we can do is we're gonna move on, we're gonna do the tricep. So I'm still gonna use the chairs here, but this time I'm just gonna bring just a little bit closer together. As I do this, I get myself seated, I step out just a little bit. So now I'm taking and I'm bridging the legs for a nice stabilization for my body and for my core. As I do this now, I'm taking and I'm dropping my rear towards the floor. And now when I'm coming back up, I'm using the tricep muscles to press back up. I'm not using my leg muscles at all because this is not a leg exercise, this is only for the tris. So again, drop through, press up, okay? And again, the legs are just there, helping me to be stabilized as I go through this exercise, okay? So again, this is a great one for the tricep. And again, this one here will probably burn out a lot quicker. So if you can get through 15 to 25 reps, that is great. If you can't, stop, rest for a second, and then continue. The goal is to always finish out what you said that you were gonna do. So if you say you're gonna do 15 reps, make sure you do 15 reps through that set, okay? Now, the last part is, I'm gonna use these chairs again, and we're gonna use it for the core. As I do this now, I'm gonna bring the chairs actually closer together. And now as they're running up next to each other, I come in, sit at the very end of the chairs, okay? And I'm grabbing onto both sides. That way I have stabilization for my body as I press through. So I come in, I elongate my body, and I draw it in. Okay, I'm crunching in towards each other. There you go. And again, it's a great core and builder. As you can tell, I have a little winded here, but it's a great one for the abs. So again, thank you again for following me. And then stay tuned that I will bring you another series of exercises that we do again for those who are beginners, intermediate, and advanced. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great one.